Andy, you've made a fair bit of history in your career. Is that a distraction coming to this final? The first British player first British man in 79 years.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think you use it as motivation, if anything. But yeah, I didn't, necessarily expect to be here a few years ago. So yeah, got to try and enjoy it, and proud that I've managed to reach the final of all four.
You seemed fairly emotional at the end when you were speaking to Marion on court. Kind of what was going through your head at the time?
I don't know. Really, I was obviously pumped to have won the match, pumped to get to the final for the first time. It was tough atmosphere today as well, and handled that extremely well, I thought. And then, yeah, like I said, to reach the finals of French for the first time, it's that's a big moment for me. It's not an easy thing to do. Like I said a few years ago, I never really expected to be able to do that, and to play the way that I did today after a tough start to the tournament. I was just really, really happy with that.
Andy, you said it's your best performance on clay. Do you think it's one of the best matches you've ever played?
I have no idea, to be honest. It's impossible to say. On clay, I played some good ones, but to play at that level, kind of in the semis of the French Open, is very pleasing, and it was. There's a lot of pressure there as well today, so I was just really happy with the way that I handled everything, and it was for sure one of the better matches that I played on clay throughout my career. But it's kind of difficult to say if it's the best performance.
And beating the defending beating the defending champion like this, it has to be maybe an extra boost for the final, no?
It obviously helps anytime beating the best players. Gives you a boost. But I got enough motivation obviously now for the final anyway. But it's more the way that I played. It gives me more confidence, because sometimes you can play not a great match and win. But today I played well, and I think my game's in the right place now, and hopefully I can play another good one on Sunday.
Andy, you mentioned that the atmosphere was difficult. Did you mean that the crowd was mainly in his favour? Was that what you meant?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Was that a motivation?
No, I don't know. It wasn't motivating me more than others, but it's it was a tough atmosphere today, and against Richard, and I handled it very well. So I'm happy with that.
Andy, how big an achievement is it for you to have reached all 4 Slam finals?
It was big. Especially with the guys that are around just now, it's not. It's not been easy. I lost 3 semis. I lost here to Rafa, and 2 to Rafa, and one to Novak last year. So, I'm beating Stan. He's obviously won this event before, and the further he gets in tournaments, he tends to play better as well. So, to have done it against him means a lot, and. Yeah, there's not many players that do that now, because before obviously 3 of the slams were played on grass, and now on the different surfaces, so not an easy thing to do.
Regarding here, Andy, nice to meet you. Regarding final on Sunday, you and Novak have a lot to play for. You had interesting matches on clay this year, so what can you tell about that match?
Yeah, it's obviously a very big match for both of us. Novak trying to win the career slam, you know, it was obviously a huge match for him, and me trying to win my first French Open as well. And you know, neither of us know how many more chances we'll have to win here. It's not, you know, took obviously Roger a long time to win this one, and Novak, you know, too, is a very tough event to win. So there's a lot riding on the match for both of us, and like I said, I hope we can both play a good match. But yeah, we've had some really big battles in the slams before on all the other surfaces, and I'm sure it'll be the same again on Sunday.
And if you look back how you struggled in the beginning of the tournament, how did you change that around? Was it, you know, technical or just mental approach that you grow in the tournament?
Well, started to get used to the conditions. You know, it's very, you know, the conditions aren't that easy. It's been cold, wet, slow, much slower than what we'd played in the last few weeks, and made some changes to my racket tension as well, which, you know, I don't often do. I normally play around the same tension on most conditions, most courts, but made some changes there, and obviously getting through difficult matches, you know, you can find your rhythm. I spent a lot of time on court at the beginning of the event, and yeah, started to feel better every day.
Yeah, and Eric Cantona and Leonardo DiCaprio are in the crowd today. Do you ever notice what's going on in the crowd? Anybody there? And did you get the chance to meet them afterwards?
I met Eric Cantona afterwards, but no, not always that aware of what's going on in the crowd. You know, more focused kind of on my team and the court, what's going on there. Yeah, I don't often see what's going on off the court.
You're a Cantona fan?
Yeah, I don't think many people aren't. I mean, he's unbelievably talented guy, fun to watch. Yeah, it was nice to meet him. I mean, he's a legend, and you know, British football. So yeah, it was very, very nice to meet him.
Andy, here, congratulations. We saw a match that you did all, but you also came a lot to the net, even though it was clay. Brave tactic or brave heart, or how do you? It was a change. Not many times you come to the net usually.
Yeah, well, I tried to come forward anytime I had the chance, and you know, had quite good success with it throughout the match. You have to, obviously, against Stan, important to pick the right shots to come in on, because, you know, he's a very powerful guy. So even when he's quite far out of position, he can still generate a lot of power, and it's not always easy to control the volleys. But yeah, I picked the right moments to come in today, and you know, when the conditions are like they are and so slow, it's not that easy to finish the point from the back of the net. From the back of the court all of the time. So important to finish up at the net when you can, just to make a few of the points a little bit easier for you.
Andy, obviously you've played Novak so many times in Grand Slam finals, but never on clay. So how does that change things, and do you think that's a help to you in any way?
I don't know. I mean, Novak obviously plays great on all of the surfaces. Yeah, I don't know if it helps either of us. It's a new experience for both of us. We never played. We only played once here before. You know, it was a pretty tight match last year in the semis. So, like I said, I expect a very, very tough match on Sunday, and I mean, I don't think that the courts or the conditions favour either one of us, to be honest.
Hi, Andy. Could you talk about and compare the finals in Madrid and then in Rome? What was different for you? What worked better for you in Rome? Was some type of tactical change?
Well, the conditions are quite different there. Madrid was at altitude, and you know, it's a little bit harder to control the ball there, and it was a little bit easier serving conditions. When we played in Rome, it was maybe a bit more similar to here because it was raining for quite a lot of the match when we played, so it was heavy and not as easy to sort of penetrate the court. You know, you've had to sort of be very patient in the conditions in Rome, and I got off to a good start. Novak got off to a good start in Madrid, and yeah, that helped both of us in the respective matches.